Hey everybody, this is Miss K and welcome to Miss K on Postal. I hope you had a good fucking work day. We halfway through the week, almost done. Mother's Day is coming up, baby. May is rolling through like a like I don't know what. But listen. So I wanted to come today so we can have a little class, y'all, so I can go ahead and give y'all some information in regards to how to do KSAs. A couple of y'all have asked about what is a KSA, how do you do KSAs? What is it pertaining to? So a lot of you guys don't know what it is. If you haven't applied for other jobs besides what your craft is in, you wouldn't know what a KSA is. But if you're actually applying for other positions within the postal organization, or if you're trying to go up higher, let's say management or implant support or something of that nature, you have to do KSAs. So I'm going to tell you what a KSA is and how you do it. First of all, that Miss K put on her glasses, baby, because you know I need to see. Yeah. So when you're applying for a position, right? So you're already a craft employee and you're looking to apply for, let's say, there's a supervisor position open, or there is a position in implant support that you want, or there is a position that's in another facility that's in management or beginning those steps into management. And I know y'all probably saying I don't want to do it, but listen, sometimes it's a necessary evil. You got to do what you got to do in order to progress and solidify your future. So I know some of y'all do think about that. Some of y'all want to be able to do that to move forward in your career, and there's nothing wrong with that. But also, if you're going into maintenance, right? Maintenance also does require to have KSAs for certain positions when it comes to being a maintenance mechanic, and they also do interviews, and you have to answer the interviews in a KSA type form. So I'm going to go over that with you. So I got right here a position I pulled off of eCareer. So you would do this as a craft employee. The first thing that you need to do, y'all, is to go into your light blue and go into find your eCareer and then do your candidate profile. So what you do is you go in your candidate profile, y'all, and it's like about 10 or 11 sections of it. Most of it is the beginning part is your basic information. The second part would be your education. The third part would be your third or fourth part is like your resume. So you're going to fill it out just like you're filling out for a new position, but also put what you have done in service working for the Postal Service. Okay. So the next part would be also any particular skills that you have, any particular special training, if you have pit training, safety hazard training, if you were a safety captain, any of that stuff that you have, you're going to put it on there, and you're going to put when you took it, if you received an accommodation for it, a certification, whatever. The next parts would be about recommendations or people that you're using as a reference, if they're supervisor, not supervisor, whatever. Now, when it comes to the KSAs, a KSA, you guys, is a particular part of the application where you're going to answer certain questions in a paragraph form in regards to how you would handle that situation. So this particular position, I tell you what you got, what it is. It has the branch, the job period posting, the job title, the facility location, and the postal information. Then it has persons eligible to apply. This is what you're going to see if you're online. And then it has function, purposes. So as you go on and on, then they're going to have the duties and responsibilities for that particular job that you're applying for. Now, under that, they're going to have qualification requirements, and that's right down here. Now, this could vary between 1 to 5, 7, 9, 10 questions, right? So I'm going to give you an example. One of the questions is ability to communicate orally and in writing to facilitate individual and group discussions, set work expectations, coordinate work, and document events such as grievances and accident investigations, right? So each one of these qualification requirements is what you're going to respond to. That is part of your KSA. That is your KSA. So there will be a part on your application, when you finish your candidate profile, what's going to happen is you're going to go and you're going to apply for a position. And what's going to happen is that particular part of your application, which is part of your candidate profile, there's going to be a section exactly for qualifications and requirements. And you're going to put your KSA there. Now, what some people do for their KSA, they will type it out and they will put it on their computer on Word or whatever, and then they cut and paste and actually put it in that section. Now, if you want to do it directly on that section, you can. If I'm not mistaken, I think you can actually attach a file to it, if I'm not mistaken, so you can have your KSA. Now, the KSA is just you answering those qualifications and requirements for that particular job that you're applying for. But, let me stress the but. It has to be answered in a certain way. Okay? You can't just say, yeah, because I like ham and cheese and I eat ham and cheese every day, so I'm a ham and cheese aficionado. No, no, can't do that. So the way you're going to answer it, if anyone has told you or not have told you, I'm going to tell you. It's called the STAR method. This is how you answer your KSAs. Now, this you can find actually on Light Blue somewhere. You can probably just Google it. Now, the STAR method is a particular way that you're going to answer each question so that it is in a particular format and form. Remember, when you're applying for these positions, this KSA that you're going to do for whatever position you're applying for, beyond the craft that you're in, if you're trying to move up higher, this is how they determine if they're going to call you for an interview, because you will have to have an interview if you're chosen. Now, if you're not chosen for an interview, a lot of that can be part of your KSA. Okay, so let's just break that down. Now, the STAR method is S, explain the situation so that the interviewer understands the context of your example. They do not need to know every detail. T is next, talk about the task, the problem, or challenge that you took responsibility for completing the goal and your efforts. A, describe the actions that you personally took to complete the task or reach the end goal. Highlight skills or character traits addressed in the questions. R, explain the positive outcomes of results of your actions or efforts. Here it is important to highlight the quantifiable results. Now, they break it down by percentage of what you should be doing. So 20% should be you explaining the situation. 10% should be you talking about the task or the problem that you took responsibility for. 60% is describe the actions that you personally took. And 10% is explain the positive outcomes or results of your actions. So they give a little example, right? So just break it down to situation, task, action, results. That is pretty much what STAR means. And all it really means is set the scene, describe the purpose, explain what you did, share the outcome. This is how you will format, how you will answer each question for the requirements or the qualification parts of the application that you're filling out. So it's really simple. So you're going to detail the background, provide the context, where and when. You're going to describe the challenge and the expectations, what needs to be done and why. You're going to elaborate your specific actions. What did you do? How and what tools did you use? And explain the results, accomplishments, recognition, savings, etc. and quantify. So the thing with the STAR method, because you have to, you should. Now, I'm not saying you have to, but I believe you should use the STAR method when you're doing your KSAs. So how I gave that example of that particular question, which was on here as part of the qualifications about ability to communicate orally and writing to facilitate individual and group discussions, set work expectations, coordinate work, and document events. You're going to answer that question. It's not even a question, it's just a statement of requirements. But what you have to do is you have to elaborate that particular qualification into what you do every day or what your tasks are and how you would implement that particular qualification and then answer it using the STAR method. So they have examples of how you would do that, because I know it sounds tedious, but y'all. So let's say I'm gonna give you an example because it's on the STAR. So the situation is When I was a junior in high school, there were several students in my math class who were struggling with some of the more difficult and complex concepts, right? So the task. With an upcoming national exam, I was asked by my math teacher to start an after-school session to assist the other students. The action was I stayed after school twice a week to review class materials and homework. I created a comprehensive study guide. I demonstrated the best methods for solving difficult problems, explained strategies that work for me, and developed new problems to help them practice. And the result, which is your outcome, our class average for the national exam was the highest it had been in over 10 years. And overall, the students I helped were able to develop a better understanding and appreciation for math. So, do y'all get it? When you are applying for these positions, and mind you, when you're applying as well, keep in mind, you cannot not provide the KSAs. You can't. So when you're doing an application or you're submitting your candidate profile and you're clicking on a position that you want, and you get to that qualification requirement page, that KSA, those star examples, you have to put it on there or your application will not get looked at and they will not call you for an interview. Okay, so make sure that with the position that you're applying for and that position has qualification requirements, you must fill that out. You must go through each one. So if you have 5 or 6 qualifications, you need 6 paragraphs. Each qualification should have a paragraph attached. Okay, not no, I went and walked the dog, but then I saw somebody and then they was in the bushes and then I let the dog go and then the dog attacked. No, you have to have a very thorough, comprehensive paragraph to answer. If it's 10 requirements or qualifications, you need 10 star examples, 10 paragraphs. You get it? Okay, and it has to be submitted in the format of the star format. That is the only way. Real talk, y'all. You know, Miss K don't bullshit y'all. If you want to get looked at, if you want to get an interview for whatever you're applying for, whatever, because I know some of y'all are starting to make motherfucking moves. You're seeing that you need to go above and beyond what you need to be doing. And that's fine. That's fine, baby. Everybody out here on the hustle, baby. But hustle right. And you know Miss K don't steer you wrong, right? Okay, now. So, remember that. So, every requirement, every qualification that's on there, on that section, I need you guys to answer it in the star format. So, remember, if you don't have the star method, look it up. Look on Light Blue. If it's not there, you can't find it, or you're not sure how to get it, baby, ask one of them raggedy ass supervisors or somebody. They're supposed to keep the star method. It's supposed to be available. They can just print it off and they can give it to you. If you Google it, you probably should be able to Google the star method. This is the method that they want you to use to have an effective line of communication in regards to how you are qualified and show what you would do in certain situations. That's pretty much what it is. You showing how you would handle the situation, how you would go about it, what was the outcome, what was the result, what tools you use, and that's it. That's all you gotta do. Baby, it's not that hard. It's not. Now, if you're not very versed on doing, writing like that, because for some people it's very hard to get your words together. You're not a writer. Some of y'all ain't thinkers. I'm just playing with y'all. I'm just playing. But get someone to help you or get someone to proofread your paragraphs and see whether or not if that's something that can flow properly and they think is okay. Let them critique it and tweak it a little bit before you submit it for any position. Because remember, if you're applying for a position that you have to have it in on by the closing date. So once it closes, you can't go back and add. You can't even apply. So everything has to be done at the same time. So remember, y'all, if you're going to apply for a position, trying to move further up, and it requires KSAs, your KSA is just you answering the requirement and qualification part of the application of the job posting in the star method format. in regards to how you would handle a situation and examples of how you would go about doing day-to-day tasks that's associated with that position. That's it, babies. That's it. Class over, goddamn it. Class is over. That's it. So, do what I told y'all to do. If y'all looking to do that, because a lot of y'all been asking me, Miss K, what's the KSA? What's the KSA? I just told you. So, if you're looking at trying to apply for a particular job posting that looks interesting to you and you're going, hey, I think I can do that. I think I have the background for it. I've been working here. I worked over there before the post office. I think I have that experience that I can move forward that position. Apply for it, honey. And then when you get to the qualification requirement part of the job posting, and it will go onto your candidate profile. And when you click to apply for that job, it's going to pop back up. Your whole profile will pop back up and you have to click over it again to make sure everything is fine. You can't skip that part. You can't. I think it's part 9 or 10 where you would do that. Okay? Remember, you don't have to do it on your candidate profile while it's open. I suggest you do it separately. Do it in Word, type it, tweak it, then save it or cut and paste, and then put it into your candidate profile for that application. And then once that's it, that's it. And then once your application is submitted for that posting, they're going to look at, they really ain't looking at your basic ass information. I ain't gonna even tell you that right now. They ain't looking at shit. They don't care about your name and all the other fuckery. They care less. What they're going to look at is how long you're in the Postal Service, what position you have now, and then they're going to go to those KSAs. That's it. That's pretty much it. Okay? So, remember, y'all, get a copy of the STAR method. And if you look under light blue, or your HR, whatever, this is under career development. Okay? This is considered career development. Get the STAR method, y'all. They have many examples of how you can answer the questions, and how you format it so that it will look presentable and it will describe everything that you need to do. It's a very four steps. That's it. So these 4 steps is what you're going to apply in every single paragraph that you're going to answer on every single qualification for that job. All right? Class dismissed, motherfucker, because Miss K done talking. So, you know Miss K always give y'all something that y'all can do what? Use and put in your motherfucking toolbox. And this is to help y'all get ahead to succeed. Miss K always want to make sure my postal freaks get ahead. So, I'm calling it a night, goddammit. It's time for Miss K to go to bed. I just want to have a little class with y'all, give y'all a little information. Hopefully you can use it. And always remember, my postal freaks, love and light. Peace.